Chapter 1. Environment Sanitation. Introduction. Environment sanitation means keeping the surrounding clean. You should keep your surroundings clean. Dirty surroundings invite germs and infections. Cholera, malaria, jaundice, plague are some of the epidemic diseases that can occur if you live in dirty areas. Maintaining cleanliness at home and in the community is must to stay healthy and fit. Cleanliness should not be just confined to your home. Different kinds of wastes. A lot of waste materials are released into the environment as a result of various human activities. These waste materials can be divided into two categories. Biodegradable wastes. Waste materials that can be disposed of easily are called biodegradable wastes. Some waste materials such as paper, leaves, leftover food, vegetable peels, clothes, etc., can be disposed of easily and can mix with the soil. Microorganisms present in the soil cause them to decay. Non-biodegradable waste materials that cannot be disposed of and remain as it is in the environment are called non-biodegradable wastes. They keep on polluting environment for years. Plastic, rubber, etc. are all non-biodegradable wastes. So, before you dispose of any waste, you should know wastes whether it is biodegradable or non-biodegradable. You should separate biodegradable wastes from the non-biodegradable wastes and dispose them of accordingly. Disposal of solid wastes. There are various processes by which waste materials are disposed of. The methods of disposing of solid wastes are sanitary landfill. In this process, the non-biodegradable wastes are dumped in a sanitary landfill. These are deep pits dug at places far away from the city. Each time waste is dumped, it is covered by a layer of soil. Compost pit. Compost pit is a deep pit in which you can throw biodegradable wastes. It is covered from the top. The covered waste slowly changes into manure after a few months. This is most popular method to dispose of the biodegradable wastes. Incineration process. In this process, non-biodegradable wastes are burnt in specialized burning chambers. These are called incinerators. They have very high chimneys so that the smoke is released high up in the air. Medical wastes are disposed of by burning it to ashes in an incinerator. Open dumping process. It is the process in which the garbage is collected and thrown in an area far away from the city. However, this method pollutes the environment. Disposal of liquid wastes. The water from your house goes down a drain. This drain is connected to a bigger drain called a sewer. These sewage pipes are laid underground. The water from these pipes is first collected in large water filtration and recycling plant. Then, solid waste is filtered out of the water. The water is then cleaned by special processes. After this, it is released in the nearest rivers. Different factories release out a lot of waste water that can contain poisonous chemicals. These factories are directly supervised by various government agencies and different pollution control authorities to make the water free from poisonous chemicals before releasing it into the main drain. Samples of wastewater from the factories are collected and checked from time to time by these agencies. If they find that the water is not clean enough according to their standards, the owner of the factory is heavily penalized. Save the environment. You can keep your environment clean by adopting various methods. Recycling is the best way to keep the environment clean. It handles the problem of disposing of the waste, especially non-biodegradable waste. Recycle. Recycling means making waste materials fit for use by changing it into original form by specialized methods. There are several things that can be recycled, for example, plastic glues, paper, etc. Things made of metal like iron, copper, aluminum, brass, etc. can also be recycled. So, you should sell all the old and non-usable items of metal. Reduce. You should take care to create as little waste as possible. You can reduce the amount of waste by using things intelligently. Reuse. Apart from recycling, with a little innovation, you can reuse different items at home. Trees are helpful. If the environment has to be saved, you will have to save forests and trees. Trees are your helpers and friends. Trees are useful in many ways. Their roots hold the soil firmly and prevent it from getting washed away in rains and floods. They help in making rain. They also release oxygen that you use to breathe. You should not cut trees. Paper is made from trees. You should not waste papers. Do not take printouts unnecessarily. In village, people use the woods of trees as fuel to cook the food. They should use other forms of fuel such as LPG.